Denver Park is located right near the Vitals. Take I-25 to the 20th Street exit. You're going to go east on 20th. The park is right there. You can see it from the bridge. Get to Little Raven and take a right. You can park anywhere around here, 19th and Little Raven. You want to go an extra block down 20th to Chestnut, you can go to the King Soopers and grab yourself an ice cold beer. Denver Park is my home park. I've been skating this bank to curb since 1999, I think. Now, the whole reason I started this channel was because on a day like today, when there was 2 feet of snow on the ground, I went onto the internet and I tried to find a video of D-Park. I just wanted to see my park. I just wanted to pretend that I was there. I wanted to live in the skate park reality. But I couldn't find anything like that. All I could find was videos with Linkin Park blasting in the background and guys doing flyouts. I don't want to see that. This section right here is called Section 2. It was built way after the park originally was built. And there used to be a tire recycler here. So there was all types of caustic chemicals and everything spewing onto all us innocent children. You could skate these whoop-de-woos, but right here where that line is, that was it. And there was a fence there, an 8-foot fence with razor wire on top, and a bunch of used tires behind it. Now, there's this ditch. This replica of a ditch. I think this really represents skateboarding in the Southwest and Colorado particularly. That's what I grew up skating, was a bunch of spots that looked almost exactly like this. So I thought this was an awesome thing. Although a lot of people don't skate it. People don't think that this is as cool as the other part of the park because it's gnarly. You can go fast in here. You could just ollie into it. That bank over there, they called it Super Bank. There was a guy who tried to jump down it a bunch of times and almost killed himself. They called him Super Bank Sam. And his foster mom was a lady called Evelyn, who is like, they called her the church lady. She'd come down here and she'd pray over your kickflips and everything like that. She anointed my kickflips with oil. Well, I hope that she's doing well wherever she is. I'm praying for that lady. That S-rail, I got smoked on that so many times. And I hardly ever even skate it. Every time I try to skate it, I get smoked. This is what they call the street course. I think it's lovely. I think it's wonderful. I love the wall ride. I love this bank to curb. I love the bank to curbs here so much. When I used to come down here at night when I was in high school, I would skate that bank to curb all night long, blasting Lionel Richie till the lights went out. There's an outlet behind that wall so you can plug in your phone or your boombox. I was skating the wall ride one time and I rolled off of it and a dude on a BMX bike rode right into me and he was dressed like Andrew WK, all in white. And whenever he hit me, it knocked the lenses out of my glasses and it cut my face all the way down to the nerve. I couldn't even feel that side of my face when I was kissing girls for like a decade. Well, he said something rude to me, so I spat on him. My mouth was all filled with blood because I had cut my face all bad, and he was all shocked. And I made a lot of friends that night. I've made a lot of friends at D-Park, and I don't think I've hardly made any enemies except for the moms and dads who come around here. By the way, moms and dads, if you're watching this video and you decide to have a birthday, I am going to steal a piece of your birthday cake more than likely. If you got Little Caesars or something like that, there are these 2 little kids whose mom and dad would drop them off with Chipotle burritos and come get them a couple hours later, and they would just leave their burritos laying on the table. I'd go over there and I'd take a bite of his burrito, and the dude would roll back, and I just say all this to say, this is a city park. If you're not paying attention to your stuff, it's likely that your stuff is going to get jacked. I'm a Christian person now, so I'm not going to be jacking people's burritos, but I wasn't back then. I'm smoking coke. I mean, what do you expect me to do? I'm going to steal your burrito. I'm hungry. I still sometimes might be stealing your beer if you leave that laying around. I'm not perfect. And if you're a robbing type person, you better know who it is you're going to be robbing from. I remember when they had those flash gangs a couple years back. They were going through Lodo and robbing all those people coming from the bars all drunk at night. And I guess they came down to D-Park one night. One of the dudes was wearing like his Taco Bell uniform still. And they tried to jack one of the homies over here. And that was the last you heard of the Flash Gang. Because all those dudes left the park and they were bleeding. Dude, I love this bank to curb. But you know that this was all built on a dump. Yeah, the whole D-Park, everything was built on the city dump for Denver. It was a city dump for like 100 years. So right after the park was built, I was down here on a warm, wet summer night. And out of all the cracks, around this rocket ship bowl, billions, and I'm not joking, billions of tiny beetles started crawling out of every crack and taking to the sky. They were everywhere, dude. They were in our eyes, they were in our hair, they were in our noses, they're absolutely everywhere. It was insane, dude. I'd never seen so many bugs in my entire life. They say when you have a massive hatching event like that the beetles rubbing their wings together can create such an electrical disturbance with the static electricity that they will actually start to glow in the sky. And that's another thing that people think are UFOs. See that discolored patch of concrete in the corner? That is a patch because it was all broken up from ice and everything like that. And that section kind of sucks. It's not as good as the original. Yeah, that thing right there. But this is really cool. And I really like the bank to curb in here. They call this the handicap bowl because you don't need to be able to skate. You can just roll down the ramp. I love watching the pigeons fly around that thing. This bowl has a really wild shape. Rolling from the bank to curb to the big wall. That's a thrill. Notice I didn't mention the toilet here. You can find a toilet somewhere else. These maintenance guys are here most summer mornings, and they used to kick you out or give you grief, but they don't care anymore, it seems like. We'll see who they hire next year, but the dudes that they have doing it now seem like they're pretty cool. They're certainly lazy. They stopped sandblasting and they started painting over everything, so the texture inside of this peanut is all jacked. And for something that's like 12 foot deep, I like the texture to be even. So I haven't gotten into the peanut in a couple years. Not to mention it scares the living daylights out of me. Look at how little the guy is down there. He's like 5'4". On your screen, he's probably like, oh shoot, you probably watch this on your big screen TV. He's probably still 5'4". This Clover Bowl is kind of dopey, but I think it's really fun. You just go round and round and round in circles. And here we're back at the Whoop-De-Woos again. So it looks like we've rode around the whole park. Let's take one more peek over at the street course. I love this park. And maybe you want to stop by and check it out. And if you don't love this jewel of the Queen City, maybe it's you that's just plain shitty. We'll see you next week.